Bad Father Podcast, episode 3. We got a good topic for you guys today. Let's go. So, today, do girls value looks more than personality?
That's a hard one. Well, I mean, it's hard, but it depends what you mean by personality.
Characteristics, morals. I mean, it depends on what you mean by personality.
Because you could say, like, all right, value looks like, if he has a Lamborghini or if he has... You mean physical? Like,
yeah,
like,
just straight aesthetic.
Just straight physical?
Just straight physical looks. Like, looks versus personality.
I mean, it seems like girls don't give a fuck about physical looks these days.
Yeah, I will say that. I mean, it's weird. Yeah, this one is a very this is definitely not like a black and white one for sure, because it's like I've met a lot of girls that definitely are with the guy for a personality, and then I've met some girls that are obviously they're with them for the look, because a guy, maybe he's a Chad, but dude has a personality of like a fucking square.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely I can say if you're funny, that's like the number one personality trait girls go after. From what I can see, like,
you think so?
Guys that are
number one.
Yeah, I think that's number one. If you can make a girl laugh, you can pretty much get her to do anything.
Yeah, I would say yes and no. I feel like that's a certain there's a certain demographic of girls who definitely like really really like funny guys. Like I would agree. Like there's certain girls you can hit all the boxes, but like if you can't make her laugh, like she wouldn't be with you.
Yeah.
If I guess if you guys don't share that same sense of humor.
Yeah. That which is rare. That girls have
I think
solid sense of humor.
It's hard for girls because like I don't know. I feel like do you think it's easy to make girls laugh, or do you think it's easier to make a guy laugh?
If girls like you, it's very easy to make them laugh.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they like you. I mean, everything's easier.
It's hard because you have to. Most girls you have to tiptoe around when you're with your. Guys just have a complete different sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like, shit that would make guys laugh would offend girls quite
exactly.
often. Like,
yeah.
Like all the time.
It's weird though too, because like girls will put on that facade. Like some girls you could say a joke and they'd be like, oh, that's rude, but then their friend could say it and then they would think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like it's some girls don't even really have a problem with the joke. It's more so just a male said the joke, and that's.
Yeah.
Like if a girl said it, they might have thought it was funny.
Yeah, I mean it's like the word bitch. If a dude calls a girl a bitch,
oh
she's
yeah, for
getting
sure,
fucking pissed off. But if a guy calls a girl, if a girl calls a girl a bitch, it's like friend.
Yeah, like twins.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's weird because like I guess you could just base this off of like what region of the West too, because that has a lot to do with it. Because I want to say they do care about personality, but it's like I don't know if I could say personality over looks. I guess it depends on like from what standpoint, because obviously if we're just talking about sex, then obviously it's looks.
Yeah.
And for some girls, I mean personality matters too. Like I met some girls like even if it's a guy they're just sleeping with, like he's got to have like he can't be like a weirdo, or he can't be like basically, like, if he don't have game, they won't sleep with him.
Yeah, and it's weird. With the personality thing, it's not so much the personality, but it's, like, typically a guy with a good personality comes with, like, certain social status. So is it really the personality that they're admiring, or is it because he probably has clout in circles and a certain social status?
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, though, you have to have a male has to have certain characteristics and traits to build that social network. So if he has high social status, I mean... He has to have, a somewhat desirable personality.
Yeah, it's like which came first? Which one do girls care about? Is it the personality or the social status?
Honestly, I don't think there's one that they lean towards more. I think it's a mixture, because when I talk to most girls, it's definitely like a mixture. Like it's either I meet one and looks and personality matter the most. Matter evenly, or some girls would be like, looks matter more, but I still want him to have a decent personality.
Yeah.
But I think it's very rare to meet those girls where it's like if a guy is hot, they're just like, oh, they're just down, because it's more so like males were like that. Like we'll be with a girl just because she's hot.
Yeah.
And she'll have
we're like that all the time.
Yeah, like,
they get in moods like that.
Yeah.
But that's not their default state.
Like a guy will be with a girl, you know, that's like a, you know, maybe she's an 8, but her personality is basic as fuck.
Yeah.
And like we see that all the time.
Yeah.
And
the girls won't be with them, but they will fuck them.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing too. Yeah, like if they don't like the personality, they'll just sleep with them. And then,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I just I can't get on the shit that they like personality more than looks. Like I just.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of girls say that, and the thing is, like, it's politically correct. Like, obviously, it makes you look better when you say it. Like even, I mean, you take, you know, even us for example. Like me, I'm a very big person on personality. I wouldn't say personality matters more than looks. I would say for me personally, they're even. But I'm never gonna be that person to be like, oh, like personality matters way more. Like a lot of people try to, a lot of people try to say that. A lot of people try to say that, but let's be real. When you like someone, well, what's the first thing you see? You don't know their personality when you first meet them.
Yeah.
It's only aesthetics. So like a guy has to have looks in the first place for you to even entertain him.
Unless he has power or money.
Exactly.
If we even the playing field, yeah, they're taking looks.
Yeah. But I mean, and really, I mean, obviously, it's even more apparent on our side. Like, I will say that, you know, you see guys get with girls all the time that don't look that well. But at the end of the day, I still would say, like, you know, a girl can have an amazing personality on our side, but if, you know, the looks ain't there, I mean, we're not even entertaining that.
There's a lot of 300-pounders with good personalities.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're single.
Some of them get locked up. It's crazy.
Well, in the fetishes. Yeah, I don't get those as fetishes and Jamaicans.
So
keeping them alive.
So what's your consensus? Do you think they value it more, or do you think it's a mix?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a mix. I can't.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say because
it's hard to say. I think it. That's what I said. I think you would have to base it off of like demographic for sure.
Yeah.
Like I guess you can make the argument. Obviously, younger girls definitely care about looks more.
Oh yeah.
But when you get older, we talk about older women. They're definitely more into personality.
It's hard. You have to take money and social status out of it, and that makes it easy. Because at that point, it's definitely looks. But when you put money and social status in there, like I think personality can compete. I don't know. I can't say which one or the other, but it's definitely like they're pretty close.
It's hard for women because with women, I think they conflate like the social status and the personality. It kind of gets looped together.
Yeah. That's what
whereas with a guy and girls, like we can, you know, put things in different compartments. Like a person has a personality, her looks are her looks.
Yeah.
You know, like we can like a girl, but oh, this girl's really hot, but she's a complete bitch.
And we're never looking at girls from a sense in like, oh, their personality is this. Like, what can they do for us? Or are they going to be successful? Like, we don't care about that. But girls, when choosing a partner, they'll be like, oh, he doesn't look that good, but he's super charismatic. He charms people, and he's probably going to be successful. So that plays into who they're choosing for sure. And we don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like I don't care.
I think like a better. I think this question is a good question, but I think it's like, well, you have to make this decision from. It depends on like what's the objective of the girl.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if it's sleeping, it's gonna be looks.
Yeah.
Some obviously it's still gonna be mostly looks for sleeping, but like I said, with some girls too. With a lot of girls, it can be both. It can be looks, which I think is if you're just fucking, I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is, girls. The thing about us, you know, a guy will sleep with multiple girls, but girls generally like to go one guy at a time. Generally.
Yeah.
So even when they're just sleeping around, they like to they'll repeat the same person. Yeah. Whereas like a guy will jump between.
Yeah, even if it's just short term, it's going to be one dude for that month or one dude for that week.
Girls do that very often. Like they'll not be with a guy, but they'll keep sleeping with a guy for months on end.
Yeah, years even.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're both getting what they want out of it. Why not?
Yeah. Well, he's definitely sleeping with other girls. Like not just, the difference is the guy is sleeping with other girls while she's most likely only sleeping with him or maybe another guy, but like a girl doesn't sleep with 3 or 4 guys at a time, unless you just thought.
Typically.
Yeah, not typically.
Yeah,
because Because generally, if they're sleeping with that one, they got some type of emotional
Yeah.
to some extent.
Yeah. So you choosing looks?
Looks over personality?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying for your vote for girls, what do they? What's their preference?
I would say for fucking looks. I would say for relationship, looks and personality.
Yeah, 50-50.
Then I couldn't put one of them. Not for girls because
Yeah.
because like you said they go through like mood swings where it's like
Yeah.
you know maybe you know if she's really horny that day.
Yeah,
then
looks take the lead.
Looks take the lead.
Yeah.
But you know if she's you know in her feelings and she's upset about something, she gonna want that guy with like a real nice personality that's gonna you know coddle her and all that shit. So
bring her ice cream, massage your feet.
yeah. So
Suck your toes off.
that's disgusting. be 100 right now. If a girl was a 10,
Yeah.
you sucking toes?
Nah, I mean, I can't say no. 'Cause if I like watched her wash,
Come on, no way.
if I saw her wash them, but I'd be
suck her toes?
I'd be more be like, why? I mean, I wouldn't want to. You mean if she asked me to, like, suck?
Oh yeah, like if she was into that.
I mean, I don't really have no reason not to if I watched her wash, but
That's horrible, bro.
I mean,
I'm not sucking no toes.
I don't. There's no reason not to, but
What do you mean there's no reason not? What does that mean?
there's no reason not to.
Their feet.
Yeah, but they're clean.
Give a
We
fuck.
wash them with Dawn.
I mean, her ass can be clean. You gonna lick it?
Nah, I that can't never be clean. It's always connected to something connected to shit. That's two different things.
Get particles on your tongue.
Yeah, you can screw up for hours. Still gonna be shit.
Still residue.
I'm not trusting that.
Sucking toes?
Yeah, I would probably do it.
But bacteria builds up like the socks in the sweat.
Like, you just wash it right off. It's like regular skin.
Yeah, well,
It's
just
like lips.
no different than her ass. You just scrub it.
Nah, bro. Ass is connected.
It's a tube.
It's plumbing where it's straight to shit.
like that pipe only goes one way. It only leads to one
And
thing.
you can't close it. It's
No.
gonna keep coming.
Ain't no valve.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Like even if you're looking at it, it's clean. Like it can be one locked in the chamber.
Yeah.
Like deep in there.
A crack you didn't get.
Yeah, that's. Well, I'm not saying you gotta go in there. Just like. I don't know. I mean,
Maybe I gotta open my mind.
I mean, I would prefer. Yeah, that's what they all do. That's their favorite thing. When girls want you to do anything just ridiculous, they just like, oh, you gotta open your mind more.
I mean, I'm looking into a lot of shit. Clearly, I just
Yeah.
said I might lick toes, but ass. That's.
I mean, oh
Disgusting.
man, they're just.
You looking at ass?
I would prefer. I mean, or toe over toes.
I mean, I know you're looking toes over ass, but
I would prefer just neither.
I mean, yeah, we all would.
Yeah, I just toes are. I don't know. Like toes is like a big one. I don't want to say it's over it,
Yeah.
but toes is just like. I don't think there's just like I could never imagine I couldn't visualize myself sucking toes like ever like
Mine is not so much for a germs thing. It's like I'm not a bitch. So to me, that's like subservient shit. Like
oh yeah for sure
you got your dominatrix or whatever. The fuck.
yeah I mean obviously
And that's
there's
also why I wouldn't do it.
there's no masculine male that sucks toes
Yeah.
there's just not
Yeah.
but
But there are some pretty masculine males that eat ass.
yeah and I guess that's the argument you can make for sure
Yeah, I'll take none.
yeah I'm about to say how about just eat nothing
Yeah.
I mean eat food.
Yeah, I mean, I can go for pussy, but
Yeah, I know this guy. I told you, man. That's like
that's like a.
I mean, that's like a
You gotta do it these days.
household. You ain't gotta do shit. But I guess I give you credit. I mean, it is more common.
Yeah, I mean,
Over the years, it's become more
I think
common.
it's a majority of dudes doing that shit.
You think majority?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess majority.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Like, I've heard some people say like they think it's like the same thing as like toes. You said like subservient. Like they think it's like demasculizing, like eating like your girl should eat you out, but you shouldn't eat her out because it's like submitting. It's like
no one eating shit around me.
Huh?
He said no one's eating shit off of me. You said girl should eat you out.
No, I mean, you know what I mean. No,
that's a definite no.
No, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Topping you off.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes.
But you don't see it to the level as like sucking toes.
No, yeah, no. Because like eating pussy is like
Just like an exchange.
yeah, it's like an exchange. It's not like sucking toes is.
It's like its own thing.
Yeah, that's just like you're a bitch.
It's its own like category.
Eat my feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm taking pussy out of all three for sure.
I mean, I think most people would. I would.
There's a lot of dudes that desire the other freaky shit, but
Oh, we think over pussy though.
there's a lot of dudes that really really want to eat ass. like fiend for it.
Oh, it's so disgusting. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a big advocate in just eating food. Nice clean mouth.
Yeah.
The thing I heard recently that like vaginas apparently like some dudes don't do it too because apparently they hold like lots of bacteria. So that's like another thing. But
but so do our mouths.
I didn't know that though. But apparently they hold like lots of bacteria.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta have a healthy balance of bacteria in a vagina.
But I wonder, like,
like
I wonder when they say that, like, what are they in comparison to what, like a penis or like are they
I
just?
don't think that. I think dicks got a lot of germs too.
You think they do?
Yeah.
Like as much as a vagina?
I don't know about as much because you can wash around a dick.
Yeah.
You can't.
I guess it's just because they can't clean inside. But
Yeah.
it's like, but I thought they said it doesn't it clean itself?
Yeah, but like the bacteria is a part of like
The cleaning. Yeah.
It's like our gut. It's
Good
like,
bacteria.
Yeah, it's like good bacteria
Um.
on healthy ones.
Yeah.
On the yeast infected ones, that's a whole different thing. But we don't.
Oh my god! Why would you bring that up? I'm trying to fight you. So funny this. Like to me in my head, like those don't exist. Like yeast infections in my head don't. They're not a real thing.
They're a lot more common than you want to know.
Yeah, that's why you don't eat it. That's why you don't eat pussy, man.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely very, very particular with.
I'm particular. Like if I'm gonna do it, like it has to look appealing.
Yeah.
And I just think most girls like their vagina doesn't look appealing.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ugly ones.
It's like there's very few girls that just have like very nice looking vaginas in my opinion.
Yeah.
But all right, so next topic: do men cheat more than women? This is a big one.
Yeah.
This is a big one. This is. I mean, honestly, this is probably something that like males and females we will never be on the same like level ground.
Yeah.
As
I mean,
far as
there's so many studies done, but like,
I think
how
it's
do you know what's like? Who's telling you the truth about that?
I think it's an ever changing environment too.
Yeah.
But also too, yeah, like. I mean, it's like you would think males because males are more upfront about cheating, but we know for sure that females cheat a lot. They just keep it on wraps.
Yeah, I mean, all the studies that I've seen recently show that females definitely cheat more.
Oh yeah,
But
well, I mean, the thing is like
I don't know.
I don't know. My only way to combat that is just kind of like, you know, a lot of females think that males cheat more, but females have way more sex than males.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's just with there's like 10% of guys get 90% of the women.
yeah.
So
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, because it's like per girl they're having more sex.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time, I guess you still consider that because like it's like the same guys are just sleeping with tons of girls.
yeah.
So it's like, you know, I guess they can make the argument where it's like, you know, those guys are fucking most of the girls. So it's like I guess you could say it's more likely that they're cheating because, you know, it's not even.
Well, I think the men that cheat, say maybe, say 2 out of 10 men cheat. whereas 5 out of 10 women cheat. But those 2 men that are cheating are fucking like 8 bitches. Where those 5 girls that cheat, they might cheat with only one other person.
Yeah.
So women cheat more often. Men just cheat with more women. Period.
Yeah, in bigger quantities.
Yeah, in bigger quantities. Yeah, more.
Because that's what I was trying to figure out. It's like you would have to break down.
Yeah, those numbers don't make sense.
Yeah,
if a woman is cheating, who is she cheating? She has to cheat with a man.
Exactly.
He's probably also cheating, but I guess most of the time that dude actually isn't in a relationship. If the numbers are right.
Yeah. And then there's also too, what goes back to like what do you define as cheating? Because it's like, well, a lot of the dudes, if they're sleeping with other girls, those guys up there, a lot of those girls know they're not loyal to just them. So it's like, is it cheating if they know about it?
Yeah, or is it cheating if it's an agreement?
Yeah, if it is an agreement or the girl knows about it, it's not cheating then.
Yeah, I don't think that counts. I think particularly when they're talking about cheating, they're talking about like within marriage.
You think so?
Women, yeah.
So not regular?
Or like serious relationship.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because like, if you got to break, like if you don't group it off, it's gonna be hard to come to a consensus because we have 3-4 situations going on.
Yeah, I think men definitely cheat more in casual relationships, but that's not even really cheating. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I would just assume a casual relationship is not like they're not exclusive to each other.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like when things aren't exclusive, I think men are sleeping around a lot more. But women, like we were saying earlier, they could be exclusive with a guy for a month and just go to guy after guy. They don't really have a lot of guys at the same time. They just jump from guy to guy.
And it's hard too because like with women, it's like it's, I guess you could say it's easier to make the argument they cheat more, but also another thing I feel can counter it is like that for us, like we could just cheat, and like I said, it's not a big deal. But like for a woman to cheat, they generally have to be having some type of emotional connection to the guy. So it's like that would slow down the rate of their cheating. Versus us, we could just go down the street and fuck a girl.
Yeah. Well, typically when women cheat in marriages, even they've already emotionally moved past their husband. Like
exactly. Like she has to be emotionally checked out.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I would still vote. I would vote women, but I think those numbers aren't exactly clear because what defines like when cheating is actually cheating versus when it's just sleeping around. Like being casual.
I guess that's why you made the good point that the studies have to be based off either like serious relationships or marriage.
Yeah.
That would be on the way because everything else is just, it's like you could say it's cheating, but those are also like gray areas.
Yeah, but it's hard to picture why women would cheat more because it takes more to get them to cheat. Those numbers are really weird because like you were saying, like,
well, they're having more sex, but then like you said, then that would just go back to, well, if they're having more sex, they're not, it's not exclusive. They're not exclusively with that guy then most likely.
No, I'm talking about like in marriage.
In marriage, what, that women cheat more?
Yeah. I mean, they definitely cheat more. Those are like concrete
numbers. They definitely divorce at a much higher rate. So I guess you could, because a lot of women, once they decide they're gonna already divorce the guy, they're probably already involved with another guy.
Yeah, typically, at least casually, and it's like, but if it takes so much
more for them to,
why it doesn't make sense why they would cheat more. I guess it's just because like. I think women have this idea that like guys are just like always like, oh, I'm gonna on the prowl for another bitch. But I think really when men are in a happy relationship, most men, especially like the average guy, if he's in a happy relationship, his wife doesn't stress him out and they fuck regularly. That's really all it takes to keep him happy. He's going to work.
Males are very simple.
Yeah, it's very easy to keep a man happy. It's a lot harder to keep women happy.
It's scary too because like I feel like a lot of girls nowadays like they overthink like how much it needs. Like most of them don't know what it takes to satisfy a man, and then they also like overcomplicate it. Like they think women are very complex, but men are simple. But a lot of women think men are as complex as them when it's so far from the truth.
Oh, they think we're fucking stupid. They think they think we're all kinds of like shit.
And it's insane because It's like to keep a man happy requires so few little things, and most girls don't even know.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, it doesn't it doesn't really, it's not their fault that they don't know, because since we always approach them, they don't really need to know. I mean, why would they need to know that? Because it goes back to a lot of guys will stay with a girl even if his needs aren't getting met. Like, I mean, how many relationships do we know where a guy was with a girl and he basically just fulfilling all her needs?
Yeah, I'll never get the relationships where a guy's like, you're in a serious relationship with a girl and you still basically have to beg her to fuck you.
Yeah, that's
like,
insane. That's
like, you still gotta treat her like you just met her.
I don't know what, like,
I don't. You gotta put in work to fuck your wife.
Like like every week it restarts.
Yeah, like
it's like a fucking video game.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, you gotta get EXP, and then once you get enough EXP to unlock the vagina, and then when the new week starts, the chastity comes back.
It locks.
You gotta get the EXP up and get enough keys. You got to get all the keys, and then you got to figure out which one fits the lock for this week.
You got to collect the gems.
Like, sometimes the keys cleaning the bathroom. Sometimes it's dropping the kids off at school.
That shit's ridiculous.
like it's sometimes it's giving her your American Express card.
That's usually all the time.
That's usually the key that works. That one can work on multiple weeks, and sometimes she gets in a mood and where Gucci purse won't even do it.
Yeah,
you got to get a Bentley truck. That is what do you think is worse? Do you think that situation is worse, or do you think is worse when where she's just controlling the money?
I mean, they're both pretty
bad. Pretty bad.
I would say probably that one.
I was about to say, so what would you rather? Your girl control the money, but you get sex whenever, or you gotta fight for sex, but you keep the control of the money, but you're not getting no play?
I mean, I'm always taking control of the money.
I'm about to say I'm taking the money, baby. And that goes back to that. Like, a lot of girls think that guys care about sex. I mean, we care about sex, but girls think it's our number one thing. Or maybe, I don't know. What do you think, guys? You think most guys would prefer sex or money? Value sex more or money more?
Probably the average guy. Probably sex.
Think sex? Yeah. The average guy?
Because I feel like for the average guy, it's easier for them to get money than it is sex, at least in small amounts.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Like, for the average guy, it takes more work to fuck a bitch than it is to pick up a girl. For the average.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh hell yeah, that's I'm definitely taking the money, but they are both pretty horrible. I couldn't. It's weird. It's almost like I could see myself more in the scenario of not getting the sex, but I could never see myself in the scenario of her controlling my money.
Yeah, no.
I could not see that at all.
Never. I could never see that. I wouldn't remain in a relationship where I wasn't getting sex either.
It's weird too though, because I feel like both of those are they're both extremely common.
Yeah, they're both. I mean, sometimes they come together.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Generally they're together.
Yeah.
If she's controlling the money, I mean, why would she be sleeping with you whenever? Yeah, why would she? She's controlling the money, but she's not holding out.
Yeah.
I think those two are it comes as a pair.
Yeah. Which, I mean, generally, if a man lets himself get taken advantage of in one way,
a girl just gotta go all the way.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to stop in every way. So,
what do you think causes that? What do you think causes a woman to do that? Because I feel like I feel like a lot of that doesn't really start till they get married. I feel like when it's more balanced maybe when they're in a regular relationship, and then when it gets to a marriage, it's kind of the woman starts to slowly gain reign. Why do you think women do that?
I think the men just get complacent. I mean, a lot of people in general just let themselves go. Once they get into a serious relationship, they just kind of give up. And
so do you think it's because you think women do it because they feel they need to? They feel like the guy is not taking leadership?
A lot of times, yeah.
Not taking leadership?
Well, a lot of times it's guys that had super overbearing mothers who did everything for them.
Oh yeah, mama's boys.
Yeah, mama's boys.
Yeah.
Who still could go home to their mom and live with them with no problem, whatever. That's pretty common, where the wife has to take control of the finances. And probably for the better, because the dudes don't know how to control finances. They don't know how to do nothing for themselves. I've seen that shit a lot.
That, and then I guess that's generally how generally the wife also takes like that motherly role for the husband.
Yeah.
Like you rarely see that situation where like she's basically not his mom.
Yeah, she's basically his mom. Yeah.
Like I think that is like one of the weirdest dynamics. Like generally the mom being the mother, acting like a mother to her husband, the controlling the money, and then holding out on sex, those generally come all together.
Yeah.
That generally comes all together, man. That shit, that shit is horrible. And that it's very common, guys. Like that's why I said, man, y'all gotta get on y'all shit, because that's awful. All right, so next topic. How long does it take to truly know your partner?
Yeah, that's hard.
It's a hard one, huh?
Well, I mean,
you got to have these conversations, guys.
It's hard to say a number, because it's a lot of times where you've been knowing someone like 5 years. You think you know somebody, but they completely switch up.
Yep, and that's the scary part. It's like that happens all the time. You think you know someone, and they switch up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really it's less of a time frame for me than a matter of like how many things you've been through, because like you can know someone for 2 years, but if you've been through life or death situations, you probably will know them better than if you know someone for 20 years but never really went through nothing.
Yeah, never really had any controversy.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I mean, I think that's why they say that like people see like conflict and controversy as bad, but like it's actually like a red flag if like relationships never really have hiccups.
Yeah,
they say it's like, because if a relationship never has hiccups, then like you guys don't know how to handle conflict.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah. When conflict arises, you're gonna like panic.
You're just burying shit, and like, you know, internal shit and external shit you go through. I mean, you know, it's you got to go through both to really know somebody and see how they handle stress, see how they handle fucking heartbreak, depression, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's like you need a certain period of time to see all sides of a person.
Yeah,
and I think the problem is a lot of people get into relationships and they don't. They only see, I mean, obviously they jump into relationships really quick when they've really only seen the good sides of the person. Yeah. And then they get with them for a while, then they start to see the bad sides of them. It like goes off like, oh shit.
Yeah. And some people keep that good side on longer than others. Some people 6 months.
Oh yeah. Some people hold that shit for a long time. Yeah,
some people years. And more so dudes hold it more than girls.
Oh yeah.
Like girls are generally, I'd say by a couple years in, you pretty much see the truth, but like dudes, they can hold that shit for 10 years.
We're stoic. Stoic, man. It's weird. It's like psychopath level with dudes.
Yeah.
Some of them like it's.
If it's a girl they really want, they're gonna hold that shit forever. Because if they know they don't really deserve that level of girl, they got lucky, then they're gonna hold that shit for longer.
Well, I think it's too like those guys, like they know that like I'm only had this. Like I guess do you think it's like kind of like a subconscious thing where they feel like deep down I'm gonna get found out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, even dudes in regular like equal relationships have suffered with that, but
I feel like it's like they feel like they're gonna get found out, and then a lot of times too, what happens is either they obviously the girl, they get exposed, and the girl finally sees their true colors, but then also too, like I feel like a lot of times what happens with guys is once they get exposed, they just self-sabotage it because they know it's they knew it was coming anyway.
Right. Yeah.
But like they'll self-sabotage it, but they'll try to kind of play it like, oh, like it didn't work out.
Yeah, like a girl loses respect for you because of some shit in regular life, and then you start cheating on her but you already knew she lost respect for you before you cheated on her, type of shit.
Yeah, and I think too, like those guys too, they're very good at like keeping girls on the hook too. Those are generally the ones that can. So I don't know, like the time frame. It's a hard time. Like you said, it's hard to put a time on. I mean, if you could give someone advice, like a general time frame for guys and girls, like what do you think?
Like to court a girl, or to like really be dating her before you get serious, or what? Or just generally?
Yeah, like, I guess you could like loop this in with kind of like like how long should a guy vet before he can like takes a girl seriously? Like, what do you think is a safe range to like truly
if I had a son,
how much? If you had a son, like how much time would you tell your son to vet a girl
Like, how much time would you give him for him to be able to see all sides of her? What do you think is a good time frame?
Me personally, I would say
Like, I'll say before, if he's thinking about wifing her, what's the time frame?
I'd say 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, that's about. I was gonna say 4.
Yeah.
I think 4 is a.
Yeah.
I mean, I think 3 could too, but 3 is still kind of like that.
3 is if you're really you just can't wait. I'd say the ideal is 5, but
So
3 is if you just can't wait.
So what would you say? What would you say minimum? So 3 would be
3
minimum.
would be minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say. I'm gonna say. I want to say minimum 3. 3. Marriage.
Well, I would just recommend him like not to get married.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, at least not in America.
But at least just to get into a serious relationship, or like even I would say just like living with a girl.
Living with a girl.
I would say 3 years.
So it doesn't have to be marriage.
Yeah, not legally, because I'll tell him never do that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. And anyone that's listening too. Anyone that'll listen to the message.
So 3 minimum. I'm gonna say. Yeah, I guess 3 minimum for me too. I feel a little safer with 4, but yeah.
It's just hard because like it depends on how much you're seeing the girl. Like if you're seeing her regularly, even 3 years might be a lot to like for a living. I could push it down to 2, because if you hang out with the girl,
Yeah, that is true, but it's
time.
like it's still like different too, because it's like even if you guys see each other often, obviously it's never gonna be as often as when you're living with her.
Yeah, and I mean, in some ways, I would say push it off as long as you can. It's hard because it depends what age. If you're our age, have your own place, whatever, there's really no reason to like, if she has her own place and you have your own place, there's no reason to move in together. There's no reason to rush.
Yeah.
Because like she can stay at your place when she wants, you can stay at her place. Like there's no reason to like rush. 3 to 5 years.
Like I mean, essentially, like you can emulate you guys living together.
Yeah.
Because it's like she can come over. You know, some people do that. Like I said, once they've been together for a while, like they have their own place, or he has his own place, she has her own place. But like she'll come over, stay for a couple days, then she'll leave.
Yeah.
And then maybe he'll come over there, and then he'll like that.
Yeah, it keeps you having your own space, your own time, but also you.
See, I like that too. Like I like having my own space.
Yeah.
I think having your own space is important, especially for a man. Like I think having your own space is important.
Yeah, I mean, I think all guys. Obviously, most people aren't in a financial position to do that, but I think guys, even if you do get married or you do are in a serious relationship, you should strive to have separate living spaces, just because.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think you should
That's
ever live with
interesting.
someone full time, 100%, like for all your life. I mean, that's just it. Just can be.
Well, I mean, you could live with someone. I mean, obviously with a guy, I would say you just frequent how much you're at the house, because I mean, if you're a guy, you need to be on your shit working. So it's like you shouldn't even be at.
But on the shit working in a lot of ways. I mean, you can be at the house if you work online. Are you gonna?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you work, well, no, I mean, because they'll say if you work, are you saying like remote workers?
Yeah, I mean that's what everyone's gonna be in the near future. I mean, it's gonna be.
I mean,
like
yeah,
90%.
but I mean, remote workers in itself just means that you don't have to be at the house, or you don't have to be in a certain.
Yeah,
place.
I mean, but it's just like it's. I mean, you can get co-working memberships or whatever, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think it just makes it easier just to have 2 different living spaces.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say necessarily you have to have a different living space, because maybe we'll cover that one in a later one. I think that's like a real taboo, because I think most people would definitely disagree with that one, because they would just see it as like, what's the point of getting married if you're not gonna live in the same place? But I mean, I think
Yeah,
it's
don't get married.
yeah. Well, I would say in a serious relationship, it's still fine. But I think if I'm married, I think if I had a different space, I think that'd be kind of odd. Maybe if we had been together for like a while, then. But like you're saying, like having a separate space, like you just have your own place.
Yeah, I have
but
my
like,
place. She has her shit.
So what do you mean by that? Like just like some days like you don't come home, you just go there. I'm asking.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh man, shit. That sounds like a fucking hellstorm waiting to happen.
Why?
Because fucking most girls aren't gonna be okay with that.
Nah, I feel like most girls will be okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna say they're just gonna be weirded out. Like that just screams like I'm fucking other bitches. Like because
I think girls that have never been in a serious relationship would be weirded out, but I think girls that have been in a serious relationship and lived with a dude would definitely be okay with that, because most girls I know that live with dudes are miserable with the fact that they live with dudes because the dude doesn't clean the way they want to clean, or he fucks up their little decoration or whatever. I think most girls would definitely be on board with that shit. That have lived with a dude.
Well, I think the ones I say won't be on board is just because, like, if you're in a different space, they're automatically gonna think, oh, he's fucking other girls. Like say
insecure girls, yeah.
Well, I mean, most girls are. You gotta think about it because from a girl perspective, they're just like, well, what other reason would you need?
Well, go get a dude that can't afford that shit, then, and you can force him to live with you.
Yeah, I just like I said, like I think it would be a weird dynamic if you live with each other at first, but then do it. Are you saying like just from the get go be like that, or like you live?
If you can afford to, yeah, from the get go to have two different places.
Because I think it's a different scenario if you do it from the get go versus like I think it would be really weird if you were living for her for a long time and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna get my own place now. Like I think that would be fucking weird.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, not for me. It's not weird, but I'm saying from like a girl would definitely.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think most girls would find that weird. I mean, I think they would find it a relief that they actually are having their own space.
I mean, I think some of them they would, but they would just the paranoia would be ringing.
I mean, it's not like it's like, oh, it's my shit. You can't be over here. I mean, they be over at my shit all the time. So I mean, it's not like this is like some secret palace.
Yeah, I think they would just kind of see like because it's like even if you were staying at both homes, a girl would just see it as like why a girl would see it as like you want space from me, and we both know that like girls don't do well with that with like space and shit like that. Some do, but most don't. Like generally, if you take space from a girl, they're gonna think something's wrong. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, if you are a traditional relationship with a traditional girl, and you say, yeah, I'm gonna get my own place.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Like, are you said most girls, so most girls would be traditional in the sense of just like monogamous.
I don't know. I'm not around that many traditional girls. I don't.
But I'm saying monogamous girls.
Most girls that I know that are in relationships would not be opposed to.
But I'm talking about most girls are monogamous though.
Yeah, so. Most girls are monogamous. Living somewhere else doesn't have shit to do with monogamy. You can be monogamous.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're exclusive to them, they're gonna think you're fucking other girls.
They're not gonna think that. I think you think women are more insecure than they are.
No, I definitely don't think that.
Well, why can't if you're in a relationship where a girl says you can't have your own space because you might be fucking another dude, then how am I going to go to work? How am I going to drive to the fucking grocery store? It's like if she's insecure about that, she's going to be insecure about everything.
You say work. I mean, she don't know where you're going.
Exactly. So like she can be insecure. There's girls that are insecure about that shit.
I think I'd have it. I don't think I would tell her. I don't think telling them would be a good idea.
Telling them what?
That I have another place.
I mean, yeah, I have to tell her. There's no reason for me not to tell him, but yeah, if you don't want to tell him,
but I mean,
I think I can make it frame it any kind of way I want.
Yeah, your situation, I'm sure you could. But we're not talking. I'm not saying it's
no, but I'm talking. I'm not even thinking about my own shit.
This dude's gonna get y'all caught up. Don't listen to this dude.
I think
this is a bad idea.
If you have any sort of masculine frame, I think it's really not gonna be that hard.
Yeah, how many dudes have masculine frames? Not many.
Well, I'm not telling regular dudes to do this shit.
But like the thing I'm saying is like
beat up.
Hell yeah, he's gonna tie you up in a knot. I'm just saying the only thing I would agree that it would bring her comfort if you brought her over there, because ideally if you were doing it to actually fuck other girls, I mean, I would imagine that you wouldn't invite her over there like on a regular basis if a dude was if you were fucking other girls there.
I mean, it depends on it.
But maybe if maybe you're trying to build that comfort.
I mean, if I'm not hiding that fact, then it's not really a big deal.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. That's why I said, who is this advice for?
Well, I mean, I don't have. What I'm saying is not having to do anything with fucking other girls. What I'm saying is, I think as a man, as a person, it's just nice to have your own space. I think people thrive better having their own space.
So you think like say if you had that, like say you and your wife have the shared space, and then you have your own space. You agree she should have her own space too, like outside?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I thought you meant like.
No, I'm not talking about like having a shared space and my space and her space. I'm saying I have my space, she has her space. They're both shared, but I just have my shit, she has her shit.
Oh, it's connected.
No, it's not. No, it's not connected. it could be on different sides of the city. But I have my shit. She has her shit. If we had a shared space in the middle, I mean that's great too. But I'm saying I have mine. She has hers. That's it. That's all. For the ideal living space.
So you're saying
her shit isn't. I'm not going to her shit whenever I please either.
So you don't have you have a key though, or you don't have a key.
We probably have keys to each other's places. Yeah, I mean that's a conversation.
Oh, but I'm a little confused. So you're just talking about separate places. Like there's no. I thought you were saying like you're gonna be living with the girl for a while. Like you guys have you guys have a house together.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna break off and get your own place, and then I guess she would break off and get her own place.
Or like you have a house together. I get my own place, and the original one is like her shit.
That's what I'm saying. Would that become hers?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Or vice versa, even she could go get her own shit.
Because I thought you were saying you have your own place,
and this is mine too.
And then like you have your own place, and then she has to just share that with you. And I was like, I don't know about that.
I mean, on paper it may be mine, but like and
it still would basically become hers.
Yeah, I mean she could. And it really is like, she can decorate however the fuck. I mean, it's her shit. Yeah, I have my.
So you would allow her to just take over the space completely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you did it, would you just tell her like this is all you now, or what would you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. This is yours. I mean, I wouldn't just be like disappearing. Like I bought a house. It's like
yeah.
I mean, she'll know about it coming in.
So. So she could do the whole thing like say if y'all had like a room together, like she could switch all that shit up, like the whole house she could switch up.
The whole house is her shit. Yeah.
Damn, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I just think people thrive best. I mean, maybe it's because I was raised as an only child a lot, but I just think for me, and I feel like as a man, it's just better to have your own space.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree too, but you can have your own space without it being separate, is what I'm saying. Like, you don't think so?
I mean, you could.
I wouldn't care if it was like a massive property. Like, I can have my own space. Like, say, we have a farm, we have a big ass house. Well, it's like I wouldn't need to have a separate. Like, I would still have a separate place, but like, to just have your own space. Like, you can have a whole other section. That's just it's all connected.
I mean, that'll work too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm like that. I'm saying like you wouldn't still prefer it to be cut off than to have that. Like you wouldn't be equally okay with both of those situations.
What do you mean connected?
Like it's all just one big house.
Like a mansion.
It's a massive house.
I mean, I think that's better than nothing, definitely. But I think I would prefer separate for me personally.
So it would have to be separate, like in a different location, like not even on the same property.
It could be on the same property if it's a big property.
So it's just the fact that it's physically connected.
Yeah, I just want to be physically connected. I mean, ideally, even from a financial point, I would like them to be like separate properties because it's just better. You own more land.
Property. that is true technically.
So it's like there's no reason to really prefer that unless to prefer it condensed into one, unless you just have a big ass piece of land.
Yeah, I've always been like that, but I would say like I'm equally okay with both. Like if I have my own place, cool. But it's like if we just have a big ass property, like that would be enough for me to feel like I have my own space. Like I can go to this section, it's just me.
Yeah.
And if you need me, you can just call me. Yeah. Or whatever.
I mean, I might be cool with that fully and not want a whole other one, but
is it just the fact that them just having the access to it? Because I just look at it as like if they have the key, if y'all both have each other's keys, then it's like.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really so much the access, but it's like.
It's like a mental thing.
Yeah, it's like a mental thing. Like
still know
they can just walk to my door.
Like I was saying, is it because they can knock on your door?
Yeah, it's more so like if it's a separate place, like you're gonna have to drive to my house, come up this like whatever.
Call me
and tell me I'm coming over. Basically, that's what it is. It's just like you have to ask me to come to my space,
even though they have a key.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like that's pretty common. People have keys to
your
parents' house, but you don't just walk in your parents' house.
Yeah, I guess it would be, so the keys would just be for emergency, basically.
Yeah, for emergency or just for convenience.
Or like if they need something, like they left something and you're not at the house, they can just go in and get it.
Or just like we're both planning on coming back to my place tonight after work, so she gets off early.
She can just go there.
She can just go there
and wait for you.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like that perspective. That's interesting. That was a good breakdown. You broke that down well.
Yeah, I'm saying it's easy to sell once you break it down.
You sold it to me well. I ain't gonna lie.
It sounds like shit when you first say it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Think about it, like
when you first told me, it sounded like a fucking tornado. I was like, "What the hell is this dude doing?"
when you really break it down, I think most women will be on board with it. But
I don't know about that one. Maybe we're on two separate perspectives on that one. But
I mean, we'll see.
You want to wrap it up there?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching Bath on the Podcast, episode 3. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, follow us on TikTok. We'll be uploading clips soon. See you guys soon. Peace.